Major loss today of course, Charlie Kirk, who no longer be here with us, as the right-wing media alternative space still has some very serious questions about who actually committed this act. Why are they free? As my early kind of reaction to all of this was that this was a professional hit, and the longer we look into it, the longer that the criminal assailant, the assassin, remains free, the more questions we have and the more likelihood he has of getting away with this heinous crime, which a lot of people say already involves a conspiracy of multiple individuals. What's really going on here? As of course, it's pretty clear here that the vast majority of the general public will not stop asking questions, as Donald Trump, a personal friend and ally of Charlie Kirk, just released a very thoughtful message to the general public, as he has asked flags to be flown at half staff for Charlie Kirk here. Donald Trump Jr. just also made a very long, extensive statement here. The New York Yankees honored Charlie Kirk, but the question now remains, what in the world's happening with the FBI? Why did they release a statement saying that they got somebody when now we're finding out that the alleged suspect alleged number 2 has been released, and there still is an open manhunt going on? As just a few hours ago, in the making of this video, Kash Patel tweeted, "The subject of the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody." Okay. We said, good. Let's celebrate. Let's find out what actually happened here. As now, a few minutes ago, he says, the subject in custody has been released after interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation continues, and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency. I mean, we haven't gotten a description. The only description we got was a very vague one about a person wearing kind of black clothing, a black vest, black glasses, holding a long rifle. Other than that, we got nothing else. We released the police dispatch on this YouTube channel as soon as it came out, saying, hey, if you're in Utah, you're seeing anything, report something immediately. And now we're finding out that Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, made a misstatement here. As a lot of people responded to this by saying, man, do your job properly instead of posting fake clown-ish. There's a lot of other responses here, as Utah DPS just released a press release saying that the first suspect, George Zinn, was initially taken in as a suspect, but was later released and charged with obstruction. Some people are saying that there could have been a collaborated type of effort here in order to obfuscate who really was responsible. We'll get into that in just a little bit. A second suspect, Zachariah Qureshi, was taken into custody and later released after interrogation with law enforcement. Officials said there are no current ties to the shooting with either individual. The investigation remains active, and a manhunt for the shooter is still ongoing, as it's pretty clear here, looking at a lot of the videotapes here, that it was probably, and again, we don't know, it hasn't been confirmed. We are not getting anything from law enforcement saying this is what they look like, this is what to keep an eye on. We're not getting any of that. We're getting videos like this showing a man on the roof running away after shots were fired here. Now, was this man on the roof the one responsible for it? Well, circumstantial evidence, not conclusive evidence, is suggesting that there's a high likelihood. Is it? We don't know. We have no clue. We don't know anything. The authorities haven't released anything other than we got him, and it's like, oh no, wrong guy. We're still looking. Who are you looking for? Where were the shots taken exactly? And why can't we get more definitive details about what in the world is going on here? I mean, if anything, you would think that they would be using the help of the general public to try to ascertain, to try to look out for a specific suspect and ask everyone for all the help that they could get. As now, authorities are still on the manhunt. For whom? Do they even know themselves? As CNN is reporting, what an oxymoron, that there's another person of interest and that the investigators have identified another person. Now, who is that person? They say that they want to question someone. Who do they want to question? But they say that they don't have enough evidence to, quote, bring charges.
In this case, there is another person of interest, but that's, again, someone that they want to talk to, someone they want to investigate, but not someone that they have enough evidence on to charge right away. So this is a very difficult case for the authorities in Utah and the FBI.
So is it clear if anyone is in custody right now, or is the answer still no based on what we know so far?
Based on what we know so far, they have somebody they're interested in who, according to my sources, when I last spoke to them, was not in custody.
Bring them in. Question them. You could detain them, and you could ask questions, and you can launch an investigation, and you can get a court order. Like, what are you doing? Why am I telling you how to do your job? Fox News is reporting the FBI has a hot lead.
And we all lost, no matter what side of the political aisle you're on, we lost something important in America today. But the case goes on, the investigation goes on. There's a lot of piecing of evidence together. We don't have a shooter tonight. We have a couple leads, a couple people that were released that probably aren't the shooter. There's a couple hot leads. There's a little bit of foreign intelligence.
A hot lead's a little bit of foreign intelligence? What does that mean, a little bit of foreign intelligence? Who's involved in what? Hopefully we get these answers soon. I understand it's an ongoing investigation, and they can't really delve out their kind of means and ways. I get it. Okay, I understand that. But the fact that the FBI declared, we got him, and then it's like, oh, not sent, like, is this incompetence or is this a cover-up?
And I think over the next couple of days, we will learn a lot more, and hopefully we will bring to justice the evil person who did what they did to Charlie today.
Yeah, I hope so. I am hearing that they do have a couple of people of interest. That's the latest I heard from
That's correct.
Law enforcement. You're hearing this.
We're interested in some people. Ask them out. My goodness. Like, question them. As we have another FBI agent on Fox News talking about what I've been saying this whole entire day. This looks like a professional hit. Listen, evading law enforcement for, what is it now, around 12 hours in the making of this particular video? Sorry, 9-10 hours after committing one of the most notorious political violent acts of our lives right now? Whoa. How are they able to get away with this? And again, lots of speculation here. But for me, this is too much of coincidence. This is too much of, like, how far away was he? He got him in the neck. I mean, he got him with the high-powered rifle, right? Now, some people say, oh, yeah, it's, 200 yards is pretty easy. And I'm like, in the neck? Like, I mean, yeah, Charlie was seated, but the nerves, the stress, the pressure, the wind, the ability, I mean, I don't know. Listen, it doesn't seem like it's someone who doesn't know what they're doing. It seems like someone knows exactly what they're doing, and they were able to carry this plan out with just one shot. Donald Trump got shot at like 8 times from a shorter distance. And Thomas Kirk's missed multiple amount of times. Got shot at 8 times, right? Bullets whizzing by. This guy, one shot, out. Another guy running. Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Everyone thinking that's the shooter. Was that person working together? I don't know. We don't know. But this is also what was said here by former FBI agent Stuart Kaplan, who is deeming this a professional job. And I agree.
I think this assassination, different than the assassinated attempt back in Butler, Pennsylvania, was a very well-planned, very well-orchestrated plot that was put in motion days before, and this individual had a plan of escape to elude detection of being up on a rooftop, and also being able to evade and elude law enforcement after that shot was taken. When you take a look at what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, Crooks came onto the venue, he left the venue, he came back, he was questioned. I mean, it was really an amateur scenario. This assassination of Charlie Kirk, to me, is indicative of a professional hit. And I'm not so sure that we are going to quickly be able to apprehend this individual without some luck.
Now, clearly, professional because he planned his escape. Now, did he plan his escape with other people? Were other people helping him? Probably. Does he have accomplices? Probably. Now, is this a foreign government operation? Fox News is talking about a little bit of a foreign intelligence. What? Like, we don't know. Pure speculation. Pure guessing. But who has these type of capabilities? Because the average citizen doesn't. Militaries, professional soldiers do. Evading law enforcement, that is extremely hard, especially with so many people around, so many video cameras around. You're at a public university, there's cameras everywhere, right? And you're telling me that this person was able to get away unless he had help, right? And I think he did have help, and I think what kind of help he had matters. Is it other government help? I don't know. But right now, I think all questions are valid, especially in light of the government either being extremely incompetent, especially with Kash Patel saying, we got him. I mean, how do you declare, like, oh, no, the person's free. Who's free? Give us some details. What do you know? Help us help you. Why is keeping private details about this when the general public could be helping you look for this guy? I don't get it. Maybe they just don't have anybody.
Hopefully.
When you say professional hit, what do you mean by that exactly? Do you mean one shot, one kill, escape already planned and at large?
Probably all of it, and he probably has accomplices that are helping him hide out.
It looks clean, yes, but could this be done by anybody with any sort of basic training?
Well, when you take a look at the video and you take a look at the venue and the spectators and how close they are to Charlie Kirk, and then you have that kind of like umbrella over him, that kind of tent, you have to know that this shooter had to be perched in a position with respect to being able to lay his sights perfectly, basically a headshot. And the shot that was taken to immediately incapacitate Charlie Kirk. And so this was not some amateur who just, got up on a rooftop because it was, what I consider spontaneous combustion. He got up this morning and decided he was going to do something crazy. This seems the earmark of a professional that got up onto this rooftop well in advance of the venue being occupied by the spectators. He was clearly undetected. There was no indication that anybody saw him up on this rooftop. Obviously, after that one single shot was taken, he was able to basically very quietly and systematically elude any further detection and escape. There's been no indication that there's been a vehicle identified or any mode of how he actually escaped the venue. And so to me, this is someone who had some experience, some level of sophistication to have mapped out exactly how this was going to go down.
Now, there's a bigger question. What if this guy never gets captured, right? What kind of fear is that going to install in a lot of people, especially in the right-wing media space that are in there that are like, whoa, hold on. They're able to take us out and they're able to like not get even held accountable for it. We don't even know a motive. We don't even know why this exactly happened or who did it. That is a terrifying reality. That, listen, is a probability. I hope it's not. Now, this is the weird stuff here. A lot of people are saying that this was a joint operation. There was a decoy. We have one person on the scene saying that that definitely feels that something's up.
After I got done talking to him, I really couldn't exit because there's such a big crowd. So I turned around, and like 10 to 20 seconds later, after I got done talking to Charlie, I saw that he was shot in the neck and that he was squirting blood everywhere. But I was piecing things together, and it was really weird because the second guest that I talked to, before I went and asked him the question, what I was going to ask him, he was talking to him about how he was going to ask about transgenderism or something like that. But nothing about shootings. And this is the irony that came to me, which was like, right when he asked that, not like 5-10 seconds later, he was shot. And not only that, right after that, someone confessed to it who had no weapon, which makes me think that it was clearly a setup and that multiple people were involved. So, but prior to that, that's all I saw because everyone was squirming.
Did you see anybody fire a shot?
I didn't see anyone fire a shot. I think it had to come from an elevated position for sure.
Yeah, now that's what he feels. What actually happened here, I don't know, but we should be getting more details. Of course, we got video footage of a man being detained, showing what looked like a little air rifle on him. As of course, I think this is the person that Kash Patel was like, "We got him," and no, we don't. Now, Candace Owens is saying, "Hey guys, email me if you have some tips here." There's also conversations about a private jet with a tail number that left the airport an hour after the shooting, which a lot of people are saying could be potentially suspicious here. Again, the online internet sleuths will be looking and investigating this and probably doing a better job than the FBI here. Now, there's been a couple kind of responses to all of this. A lot of really bad, horrendous takes from people on Reddit, from Blue Sky, from MSNBC. There was a person saying MSNBC all day long was running with insane takes here. MSNBC responded saying that the president apologizes for these, quote, inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable statements, which is crazy. People are like, post this on your main account, not a PR account that no one even knows exists. And a lot of people are saying, burn in hell, demons. Nancy Mace, fire Matthew Dowd and ban him from MSNBC here. Just sick and disgusting behavior from a lot of people. As listen, there's people, New York Post is writing this, sickos cheer.
Influential conservative.
And there's a bunch of them cheering a man losing his life in a vicious, bloody way as his wife and his 2 children were there. Now, again, there's a lot of people posting a lot of wild stuff on the internet. There's also a crazy video footage from TMZ during all this where it looks like, and it's audible, where you could see some of the staff cheering as the news comes in that Charlie Kirk died.
If he's still on the loose because they want to find him. So I would think that that's one of the main reasons they're holding this news conference. So my guess is we're going to see an image of this guy possibly in the next 20 minutes.
We got no image.
News conference is scheduled for 3 o'clock in Utah time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. Janet.
You hear people cheering, and you see him get kind of uncomfortable here. As TMZ said, there was some car chase that they were cheering about. People are like, what car chase? As they're not seeing any reports of any car chases. As people are saying, what did really happen here? As Grok says, based on news reports from sources in LA, no car chase or police pursuits were reported between 12 and 4 p.m. People are saying, at least own it. The quartering says, you pathetic clowns. I wish the worst for you both and your families. Everyone says, no one believes you. Other people are saying, BS, you got caught. Yeah. Listen, I don't know who's telling the truth here, but liberals, leftists, activists on social media celebrating this right now. Wikipedia calling him a white nationalist. Goodness gracious. Listen, I'm gonna make a separate video about this and the bigger political ramifications. A lot of people say this is the death of moderates here. Charlie Kirk is a man that represented someone who was able to have civil discussions with people he disagreed with. A man that was able to propel a movement through sheer will, sheer courage, and the sheer ability to just converse together. The fact that he was assassinated, the fact that he was taken out is highlighting a situation where the conversation's over. For a lot of people, it's over. And when you see clips like this, how can it not radicalize you? How can it not anger you, knowing people are cheerleading, celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk?
And my sympathies
Is that up?
go out to his beautiful wife.
Like right now.
Yeah, quick, get the story. I was live when the story broke, and I'm like, we got to get off air. I can't deal with this. Now, obviously, we're releasing a lot of videos. I think it's important to release a lot of videos in order to give full context about what's really going on here. But I think we're in a totally new day and age now, so there's no going back from. I expect the situation to devolve. I pray it doesn't. Let's hope those prayers work. Listen, we lost a major person. I mean, this is horrific. This is a tragedy. Pray for Charlie, his family, and this country. That's all we have left. It's only going to get crazier. I love you guys. I always say beautiful and amazing human beings. Stay tuned for more.